Really? This is what you chose?
I didn't choose this.
Who did?
You chose this, and Rhode Island is now singing this to you. I don't understand. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been waking up with him for the past 2 years on NBC 10, and now he's going to Boston, so screw you.
I guess, right? I'm out of here.
Get out of the car.
You're already driving. I can try and
Ladies-
make that James Bond move.
Well, you if anybody's going to pull it off, it's you. Zack Green of NBC 10 for a couple more weeks, and then you are going up to Boston, as the Dropkick Murphys say, shipping up to Boston.
Yes, but
Congratulations.
thank you very much.
Rhode
Appreciate
Island's
it.
own son.
That's true.
You are...
Took me a few years to get back, but
Yeah.
it's been so wonderful to be back in the Ocean State, closer to family.
Sure,
I mean, it's been
yeah.
5-6 years since I've been around my folks, so it was a great way to get back here. And now I'm like, all right, I'll jump ship.
People who don't know the news industry or how things work,
Yeah.
they don't, it's, you have to start on a smaller market, and by smaller market, I mean like up in the hundreds. So when you graduated, where'd you go to school?
I went to the University of Delaware.
Okay.
I went for initially sustainable energy technologies degree. So I
Okay.
wanted to get involved in renewable energy sources, wind, solar,
Sure.
thermal, things of that nature. And I was the guinea pig curriculum, so they didn't really know how it was going to be mapped out. Undergraduate would have taken 6 years,
Wow.
and I was paying for a portion of my school.
Sure.
My family was wonderful. They could do what they can. And then there was a point where I had to take on loans, and I wasn't going to do it for an extra 2 years on top of it.
Sure.
Ended up having a conversation with some of the administrators, and they said, have you ever thought about meteorology? A lot of your prerequisites go over there. And I said, I certainly haven't, but I like...
So you weren't even considering television at that point?
There was no path to television anywhere within my
Really?
schooling. In fact, when I was doing my atmospheric sciences degree, we were not a broadcast degree. It was all science-based, more research, proposal writing, grant writing,
Sure.
publications for scientific journals.
Yeah.
And it was all with the mindset of going into higher education. So I was
Wow.
either going to become a teacher or eventually try and get a PhD and go into professorship.
Wow.
So that was the goal, I guess, of my education. Then in my senior year, I talked
Somebody came up to you and said, hey, you look great. Have you ever want to be on camera?
Had nothing to do with that.
Got a little
It was-
creepy, but
It was more on the lines of, have you ever thought of television as an avenue for meteorology? And I honestly hadn't even thought weatherman was ever in the cards. It was just not presented to me in college, so I didn't think of it as an actual career path. Then that was actually a statement that was proposed to me, and I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. Reach out to Mark Searles, who
Okay.
I've been watching forever.
Right.
And
All
he-
22 years of your life.
Oh, yeah, all of it. But beer does taste good for the first time. I'll say that.
Congratulations.
And
We're so proud of you.
fortunately, he gave me an internship, gave me a shot.
Wow.
And I was garbage. I was so atrociously bad at presenting the weather because I had been doing it in these big, huge textbook terms. I had no way of actually saying it to the general public
Yeah.
with them to have an understanding. So
Well, but you, in full disclosure, you said that the school you were going to, that wasn't a broadcast path at
No.
that point. So it's not like, an Emerson or these other great
Correct.
schools, which there are a lot of great schools, nothing against your school. There are a lot of great media schools out there.
And there are a lot of great broadcast meteorology programs that did not include the University of Delaware. So you
Okay.
hear of Lyndon State, you hear of Plymouth State, you hear of Penn State.
Yes.
But UD didn't have that basis. So the first time I saw a television camera was at NBC 10.
Wow.
And then, like you said, you have to go to the bottom of the barrel type
Sure.
of thing to kind of get your scraps and have an understanding.
So what market did you go to?
There are 210 markets
Yes.
in the country.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zack Green ended up at market number...
192.
Wow,
I
look
was-
at you.
I
You
was-
were high up on the hog
I
there.
was way down in Great Falls, Montana.
That's amazing.
Uh,
Beautiful this time of year.
Little shop where I was forecasting snow in June,
Yeah. It's,
and I
that's
was
what they
still
get.
skiing in May. But I lived honestly in this, one stoplight town for a while just to get my chops up and understand how
Sure.
this industry worked, how this world worked, what in the world I was saying on TV. Because
Yeah.
again, I had no experience.
Right.
I'm talking, we gave my demo tape for my internship. I got a single callback out of the probably hundreds of stations that I applied to.
Wow.
And I obviously took the job because it was the only chance I had of getting into the industry.
Got to do something.
And the first time I was ever on screen was live. Was the first day I was there, and the red light went on.
Really?
And I just had to start presenting.
Did you have like a boom goes the dynamite kid kind of reaction?
I
or was it worse than
thankfully
that?
was wearing a suit.
Okay, so
because I was sweating through my shirt, and I described the wind. My father will never let me forget this. I described the wind as easy breezy. I have never said that phrase again in my entire life, nor will I, for that matter. Because what in the world is that? That doesn't make any sense. But anyway.
I'm telling you, you want to make a name for yourself up in Boston. Your first broadcast up there on WBZ, you hit them with the easy breezy, baby.
First week, I was making up words. I combined weather and temperature to get twemperature. So
that happens.
That was a thing.
Sure.
Yeah, needless to say, it took me a while to start talking to people where they could actually understand me.
So from Montana, did you go to another market after that?
I did. Asheville, North Carolina.
Okay.
So that is in western North Carolina in the mountains, Blue Ridge Mountains.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely stunning out there. It is, if you haven't been, it's somewhere else you need to go. Great booze, great food. Mountain life is unlike ocean.
Yes.
You know, you've got these literally mountain people.
Yeah.
And they're the nicest folks going. So I would even say, like, take a long weekend, head down to the mountains. It's just perfect.
All right. And then from Asheville, you...
Back here,
you came home.
Did
you play that song, Coming Home,
No.
Coming Home, like as you drove like over 95?
Was that P. Diddy?
Well, it
Was there like a verse in there?
Yeah, it was. I forget now, but you know, as you drive, I just
you
picture.
on the spot. Look, this is how this works. I put him on the spot.
I work in country area, all right, pal. I literally, as you're driving into from Connecticut into Westerly, you see the Discover Beautiful Rhode Island. You're like, you know, you have that little Shawshank moment out in the sewage pipe. But so you're here. You've been here for 2 years, and this is a great opportunity because Providence is market 52, correct?
Yes.
Boston is market number
I want to say 10?
10.
Somewhere around there?
No, excuse me.
8?
8 or
like
10. I always get those two
those.
confused. But it's a top 10 market. It's a great opportunity for you, and you are going to be joining an incredible team up there.
Yes. People that I have admired for a long time. Similarly, I tried to emulate Mark Searles for so long, and it came full circle, and I was able to work with him and continue to learn from him. There's a gentleman up there, Eric Fisher, who I've just been a huge fan of for so long, and now he's going to be my chief meteorologist and technically my boss and manager, and it's just more opportunity to learn and grow and not only understand television, but I am such a nerd when it comes to weather that I want to just absorb as much information as possible. With people of that caliber, they just know more than I do, so I can continue to, you know, keep on this path of just gaining more knowledge and being able to disseminate that information in a better way.
I see it also as, and far be it from me to be any kind of like a career advisor, but you having that background also in the renewable and the green and everything, that's a path that a lot of people, perhaps like a Mark or other people have been, you know, meteorologists for so long, maybe they don't have as much background or as recent a background as you do. So bringing that in, that's a really cool element to have.
That's such a new industry and a new thought process to how energy consumption is. So and there are people that are even younger than me now that have such a better understanding of that. Will hopefully come through the ranks too, and then continue to, you know, push this work into the world that we live in.
7- and 8-year-olds all across southern New England. They are so much smarter than me. I don't know about you.
And obviously they're tuning into this show, so you know, let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Parents, you may want to be concerned. So you go into Boston.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great opportunity for you. People obviously can still follow you. When you're not behind the weather desk, what is Zack Green? The newlywed.
Hey,
the newlywed. That's still shiny. Wow, look at that.
It's dulled down quite a bit.
That's all right.
Because I don't really keep it
a shot.
too polished.
Hey, I'll drive you through Providence. We'll get one of those guys.
I'm letting you know, man. This thing, it don't come off. The second they go on, they don't come off.
That locks in, baby. So what do you like to do You're newly married with
Yes.
a beautiful wife, and congratulations on
Thank you.
recently
I
happened.
appreciate that.
So talk to me about that.
Yeah, we actually got married down in Asheville.
Okay.
Because it truly is our favorite place in the world. We ended up moving in to an apartment together down there after dating for years.
Sure.
We met back in college.
Okay. Where's she from?
She is from Southern California.
Does she have a name?
She does, Lauren.
Oh, very nice, Lauren.
And the newly Lauren Green. Ha, hey. But it is... people are always like, oh, you know, you're going to settle down and this and that. You're not going to be able to do as much. No, that's not even remotely close to the same thing.
Sure.
We've actually done so much more
Right.
since then because you're not planning this crazy day in your life that lasts for 5.5 hours and then all of a sudden you're on to the next step. So marriage life has been absolutely wonderful. To my wife's demise, I continuously hurt myself. These are the bandages from what was a far more extensive injury.
What did you
which
do?
is everything I do revolves around basketball.
Okay. Well, you're tall.
That
By the way, I loved you in The Addams Family.
Yes.
As Lurch. That was
No,
quite a role.
it was
I was
good.
worried I was going to have to open the sunroof for you. You're going to
truly
pop your head out like
the
Dino.
royalties are even better from
Yeah,
that program.
absolutely.
So,
Sure. They did
no,
wonderful on Broadway.
The day before we were leaving to go to Asheville for my wedding, I'm in the gym. My wife's in the gym. She's looking through the window, and a guy that is far larger than me, we both go up for a rebound. I come back down, and he lands directly on my left ankle,
Oh, jeez.
and I mean, pop.
Yeah.
Let's go right to the ER and figure out what in the world is going on. Thankfully, nothing broke or anything, but my foot was a balloon for the entirety of my wedding, the entirety of my honeymoon. I didn't let any of that stop me. I still went jumping off of waterfalls and all this stuff because I
Great.
thought
Yeah.
after I'll be able to heal and everything will be
Yeah,
all
one
set.
shot of the merry-go-round, baby.
It took me about 4 to 5 months to heal up, and then I went for a dunk, and a guy blocked my hand into the rim and sliced my hand. So there was a time for like 3 to 4 weeks where I couldn't use the clicker because I couldn't close my hand, which I tried to do as incognito as possible.
Sure,
because
yeah.
I
Well,
wore
the thing that changes the graphics,
the graphics,
on the
yeah. So
absolutely.
I wore a skin
the garage
colored
door opener of wonder.
ace bandage to try and make it look like nothing was going on, and I was just kind of doing the robot here and there for a little while.
You looked like a Muppet with the.
That was what
it's
I
like-
was doing. So if you did notice that, probably I would say most of March and April
Yeah.
were kind of.
Well, there's a hashtag going around. What's up with Zach's hand? Hashtag,
yeah,
you
that's
know,
what it
so
was.
it's,
That's what it was.
Thoughts and prayers were sent your way.
I mean, it's
I'm
not
sure.
as valuable as Brady's throwing arm, but it hopefully got
Hey.
some traction.
He still had an issue. He pulled it off.
He did. He got
That
Super
was
Bowl
impressive.
rings. I got this.
That's it. Hey, you know what? That's a far better prize,
I'll
my
take
good
it.
man. That's great. So you guys like to? What do you like to do for fun?
So our
Aside from
favorite
basketball
thing,
and get
yes,
injured and visit,
our
and-
favorite thing to do is paddleboard.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you knew this. My first debut television ever was actually before I was a weatherman. I was on The Price is Right.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
And the game I had to, or rather the prize I had to bet on when I was standing at contestants row was an inflatable paddleboard.
Okay.
I was the winner and I got brought up on stage.
Sure.
So paddleboard already in the bag.
Nice.
So that's
that.
our favorite thing to do when the warmer weather comes out. We live by the water. It's
Sure.
fantastic. And the best news about it all is I taught my puppy how to paddleboard with us.
Oh, that's
So I
great.
put him on the board,
Sure.
and then he jumps on and off, and he continues to swim around, and it's just the best.
That's
so
fantastic.
I was able to get a second paddleboard. She takes one, I'll take the other, and we go out and annoy the harbor masters more times than not.
Yeah.
I put a life vest on the dog, and I
Very
hook it
smart.
up to a very, very long leash, like
Sure.
35, 40 feet,
Sure.
so that he can just swim freely and come back when he wants to.
Look at you.
The harbor master comes up to us one day
Oh.
and says, "Why does the dog have a life vest on?" I said, "Well, we don't want him to swim away or have anything happen to him." And he says, "He's a better swimmer than you guys. Why don't you have life vests on?" I'm not asking you why he needs one. I'm saying, why don't you have one and he has one?
Take
I'm
the
like,
lead of the pup.
You know what? That's actually a really true statement, sir. We'll be doing just that. Thank you.
Well, there you go. Well, they make those nice little inflatable ones just in case.
Yeah,
The little
and then I
CO2
think
cartridge.
there's like a fanny pack on those
Yeah,
too. You can put
absolutely.
some snacks in there and the whole thing.
Good call with the snacks. Good call with the snacks. I like the way you think there. Although you could probably stand to eat a couple plates of pasta.
A little bit.
I
do that usually every night.
Blow away in a stiff breeze. Good thing you're inside the studio doing the weather.
Yeah, right.
as you're approaching Boston,
Yes.
as you're getting ready to go up there, obviously people can follow you online on Facebook, on Twitter, the Instagram.
Yep.
The gram, as the people call
gram.
it these days.
All those millennials.
What are you nervous?
Everything.
What makes you the most nervous going up there? Or what challenge are you looking forward to the most? I should ask.
I would say so. Yeah, I'll take both of those. I guess the nerves aspect is I still get nervous when I'm about to go on screen.
Really?
It's the anticipation of what actually occurs up to the moment of me being on the green screen.
Right.
The second I am on the weather wall, all of that inhibition goes away.
Sure.
Practice makes perfect. I've done this for a long period of time. I know what I'm saying. I'm confident in my presentation. It's the build up to it that I'm most nervous about because I know I get that anxiety before any presentation.
And the little bit that I know, there's producers saying things in your ear. People are kind of buzzing around for news reasons, so there's kind of a high anxiety and energy level. So I imagine that feeds into that whole system as well.
Absolutely, because you're taking direction while also trying to prepare your own psyche. So you're kind of getting it from all sides. The challenge that I'm looking forward to the most is New England's a tough market. People say things, and they've got a lot to do when it comes to weather.
Yeah.
So my challenge is I seem to have a better contingent of nice people rather than mean people here in southern New England.
Blame it on your charming good looks.
I mean, it comes and goes.
Lauren made a wise choice.
But at the same time, the market only gets larger in Boston, and I want to be able to give the same dedication and confidence for viewers up there that hopefully people have here when they're watching me on 10.
Last question before we let you go.
Yeah.
What in the community, what are you involved with? I know most broadcasters, they get involved. There's different, charity or nonprofits that really, they kind of take a liking to. What has it been for you?
So with Scout being our dog, we got him from a humane society.
Okay.
And my wife ended up in Nicaragua and Costa Rica during her college years, spaying and neutering feral animals.
Oh, wow.
After college, I moved to Asia, and I worked at an elephant rehabilitation center in Sri Lanka.
Oh, cool.
I took care of an elephant for about 45 days, day in, day out, and we have found that animal welfare really speaks to us.
Sure.
So getting the word out about adopted days and sheltered dogs and things of that nature has been something that we've wanted to promote within our family and just, all across. So I bring Scout in to the station all the time.
Yes, we have seen photos on the various social media platforms of said Scout.
It has struck up the conversation about where'd you get your dog? Your dog's so good and this and that and the whole thing. And I would just hope that people can get behind what a lot of, I would say, millennials are trying to do, which is more adopt rather than get these designer dogs. So we're far more keen on RI, humane societies, and adoption centers around the region.
That's awesome.
That's really what we're involved in.
And I mean, you have done a fair share. You've done a number of different other events, and you've supported a lot, so that's always good. And folks, if you want to learn more about Zack, definitely check out his information, even though he's leaving us. If you want to, just tug at the heartstrings.
The good news is I'm not leaving Rhode Island. I'll be still living here and hope to be part of some other organizations. I just got involved with NIHA, the New England Hemophilia Association.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
I just did a blood drive and blood event for them just a few weeks ago, actually. Just the nicest people.
Sure.
And such a wonderful organization for something that's not generally talked about.
Yeah.
So there's just one of a few things that I'll hopefully still stay involved with around here.
That's the beauty of social media. People can still stay in touch and it's a global community now. So even those people out there in snowy old Montana can touch base.
And they still reach out to me, man.
Do they?
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
awesome. That's great.
I did this thing called Winifred Wednesday. My grandmother's name is Winifred.
Okay.
And there was a town in Montana, Winifred, Montana. It was 407 people was the population.
Nice.
So every Wednesday when my grandmother was watching me, I would say hello to her, and then I would say hello to the 407 people in Winifred, because I don't usually get a shout out in the middle of nowhere, Montana.
Absolutely.
So, they still follow me, and I say, what's up?
And if those people are out there, you can use the hashtag Winifred Wednesday and perhaps win a prize.
Hey!
Maybe hit your old earpiece from your IFB
You
or
want
something.
no part of that. I guarantee it. That's 3 years of ugh.
We are super proud of you as Southern New Englanders, Rhode Islanders.
Thank you,
You
my
know,
friend.
going up there to Boston, that's awesome. And I mean, that's just, you know, you work hard, you put in the time and the effort. So, wishing you all the best, folks. Follow him online, and the day he is no longer online, please don't send any creepy or hateful messages to Christina Ernie, who is taking over.
There is no need for that.
No.
She's such a wonderful person. She's
Very
just
sweet
gonna
person.
Sweep on in.
She already followed me on on Twitter or something. She's learning.
She's so wonderful.
Yeah, she's a great person. I look forward to having her in the car, and quite honestly, looking forward to a ratings boost in the mornings now that you're out of here.
Hey. Sure. Help. Those poor women had no idea. Had no
That
clue what
person
was
over
going
there is
on.
like, all right, well, you know, see something, say something. You know, it's that's what we're going with here.